I just finished my bihun. My wife just brought it in, and So anyway, yeah. Okay, so today is May 18th, 2020, Monday. I was recollecting when we started this Skypecast. It was like some 50, we have about 15 episodes. So
Wow.
I've spoken like 15 hours, solid non-stop 15 hours, right? Which is good. I mean, you keep counting. So anyway, coming back to the guitar maestro guitar identity. On and off, I was spending time tossing some ideas. Not so much on the visual creative, more of the business side of things, of the selling, the marketing, the convincing, the why, the how, who is doing what, that kind of thing. And then left with very little time to do the creative thinking. So when idea comes, I just somehow scribble on yellow post-it pads. You know what, Casey? I have somehow lost the ability, all right, to really do graphic design. All right. Yeah, I know I can do it in the past, but just don't feel like doing it anymore. Not because I'm lazy or tired. It's just like the mind has somehow slowed down so much. In order to crank it up, right, I need a lot of fuel, a lot of mental energy. So I just kind of scribble things as I go along. Can you see?
A blur. You go, yeah, go
Uh,
near you, go near you, go near your body.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pulling back.
okay.
Yeah. So these are things I scribbled.
Quite nice.
No, these are just uh so I was more the concept in writing, like what.
Can't see.
Okay.
Go back. Yeah,
Yeah.
stop. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what appears here is fonts of the year 2004. 2004 was the year it was founded.
Okay.
So was thinking, gee, maybe I should pick a font that is popular in 2004 and use it as a base to start lah. That tells a story, you see, right? Correct? Yeah. Then should it be an Asian flavor? Should it be musical and whimsical, that kind of thing? Right. Yeah. Then I was like, again, scribble a bit more on here. Right. So that's all I did. The rest are just uh, writing. Is a concept writing rather than concept visual. Right. So I kind of fill the book with quite a lot of writing. Like, wait, let me clear my nose. Yeah. Like, why is there a need for it? 3 reasons why he should. That kind of thing. Then the business of things. So I just kind of pen it down. And then other than that, I've done nothing. No obligations. Again, I can give up. I can give up this project anytime. Well, it may take 5 years for us to put something together. Why not? Right. So no obligations. I mean, I know
No, I like this
you are busy
project.
as well with your project.
I've been thinking about this
Right.
project too.
Right.
It's the M that they have, right? There's a funny curve.
Right.
So the M there.
Do you know
Right.
what's the name of the font they use? It's very popular in the 70s. The name of the font is Velvede. Velvede. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to Google, you see Velvede font, it will pops out. All right. Yeah. Correct. Very old manuscript font. Very old, but very beautiful. Very popular those days when people use a font for their wedding cards.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you say you were observing the M.
Yeah. So there's a curve at the end there.
Yes.
There's
Right.
a loop. There's a loop.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
so when we redesign the logo, right? But
Right.
I want the whole name to be in there.
Yeah.
I have not come out with any visual.
No worry, no worry. I was that's the reason why I was thinking about those things. Why M? Why not the whole name? Why not put uh, a supporting elements? All right, that somehow propels their philosophy. All right,
Yeah.
I saw their 3 videos. I sent you the link, right? Or go to Google or go to YouTube and look for it. And it's an interview about him, lah. Very well shot and all this, and not inspiring. Standard protocol, as you would ask any 10 business owner, 9 of them will say the same thing. Oh, we want to be the top. We want to give the world the best. We want to be the leading provider of. We want to be. Oh my God, I heard it so many times. 30 years in my corporate life, everybody says that. When people say something like that, like the rest of the 99 people says it, it just to me, mentally I got turned off. It's not inspiring, even though it's truthful, right? We want to make the best instruments out in the market. I know. I mean, who would open a company and not make the best thing, right? Even imitations want to be the best. All right. So not inspiring. What is inspiring is that they have, hold on, I dig out just now something. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 minute, Casey. Where is that? I did some screen capture of what I want to tell you. How come it's not here? Oh, okay. 1 moment. I don't know what they have a tagline. I'll just read to you a tagline, but it's like professional choice or something. I mean, those are just not working for me. All right. So, I mean, I agree with you 100%. The whole name should be on the stock head, or the headstock of the top part of the guitar that says Maestro. All right. So I was thinking of, from the branding perspective, I was thinking of using the word joy, Joy, as a branding platform. You see the word joy here.
Okay.
All right, yeah, joy. I mean, of course, it's a choice for professional, right? But in order for someone to appreciate uh, uh, music, you must enjoy it. The joy of playing, You don't have to be a professional. Even an amateur can own it. And when I hold it in my hand, I strum it. Take, for example, sometimes you go into a shop, Casey. Imagine you go into a shop, antique shop, for example. There's a hub there. You know a hub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow your brain will tell your fingers, go make some sound. Now you don't play harp, I don't play harp. Everybody will goes into it, and it is kind of they will just run their fingers with like the joy of the experience of joy. You see,
Yeah.
all right.
Like
So
a
using
piano or anything.
yeah, so using joy, lah. All right. I'm just kind of putting this as a platform to explore. So in future we can call it Maestro Joy or M Joy or whatever. Those are just future phase 2. All right. When the logo is up, you say, hey, how we're going to market it, right? Right. Branding is not about getting a logo and a name out, but also a platform where people can grab hold. Oh yeah, this company means joy, a joy to play the instruments or play their instruments. Yeah. So that was what I have arrived since last week we spoke, or was it last week Friday we spoke, right? So over these 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, I was thinking of the word joy. Yeah. So that becomes the platform, right? Correct. Then I was thinking of his name, Hosen, Hozen, Hozen. They said nice, Gibson called it Gibson, Martin called it Martin. Hosen, does it sound like a brand name? Does it sound like a musical name? I don't know. Martin is a typical name. All right. Yeah. Chris Martin from Coldplay is very popular. So a lot of Martin. Then Taylor is also a very typical American name, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. So anyway, so that's all I have done. I mean, I have nothing much to show, but more of telling you what goes through my mind for these past days. All right, those are just moments that comes to my head. Yeah, correct. So you were saying about the M with the little tail coming out from the left. Yeah, it starts like that. Then it goes up, right? Then it ends there. Then it's 2 strokes to complete the M.
Yeah.
Then the last stroke is actually the little thing coming up from the leg of the M, and it ends there. All right. Are you thinking of modifying this,
No,
or a new one, or keeping this but enhance it?
no, because I would love to have the whole name inside there, right? But
Yeah.
then
Okay.
I would love also to maintain the curves, or I wouldn't say maintain. So if the new design is bold, right, the M will still have that loop somewhere. I will
So
maintain that.
so basically find this font and type up the whole name. Is that correct?
No, 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 no.
Oh no. Okay.
I will use other font, okay?
Or you want
But
to mix? Uh-huh.
I will modify the M to have that loop, small
Oh,
loop.
okay. Okay.
I want to maintain the
I
feel of.
see. I see. So for example, using a crude example, for my understanding, make sure I'm on the same page with you. For example, using Helvetica, totally different. All right. But that M of the Helvetica will have that big curve like
Or small
in the,
or whatever.
okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
there will be a curve there.
I see. I see. Okay. I think that is a good approach. At least something to lean on, and not a total departure, from the existing one.
Yeah, that's where I see that this will become more acceptable.
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
coming from business point of view. Why should I change my logo 100%? I didn't ask for it.
Mm.
Okay, so say no, we didn't change your logo. We maintain your logo integrity with that loop there. You
Right.
know, people will
Right.
still recognize you as that.
Okay. All right.
If I come to you and say, Michael, I want to change my logo,
Ah.
then you can no need that loop, because I'm expecting Michael to give me something powerful and different.
Right.
That's
Okay.
where
Yeah. I mean, respect that. Yeah, no, it's a good choice. It's a good choice. Yeah, but along the way, if let's say during your exploration or discovery, or exploration rather, if you feel that there's a need for a total departure because of some inspiration, you just go ahead and do it, lah. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey,
no.
I
Yeah.
have we are done with this logo, right? I have a small question on a
Okay.
topic that we
Yeah. Right.
quickly I want to talk to you about, that we can continue with it.
Okay.
And I would also love to continue with this with Andrew. Okay, the reason is because he was a school principal for kindergarten childcare.
She was.
Yeah,
Okay. She
and
was.
she's going to be again.
Okay.
She just applied some work in Singapore for principal, and
Right.
her qualification in that area. And she's in the midst of she stopped for a few years because she wanted to start a childcare
Right.
with some investor, but the investor pulled out because it's not realistic, and the government is not giving a lot of support in her idea.
Mm.
Okay, so I want to talk. If let's say I will ask you, what will you want to teach, right, children in the childcare level?
Right.
What will you want to
What
put in there?
what is the age group for a childcare?
No, from 4 years old, 5, then 6,
Okay,
7,
hold on.
8.
I'm just kind of taking notes. Okay. So from 4 to 6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And your question is what we
What
should.
would
Okay.
you want
Okay. All right.
to teach, right? And why? It got to be why. You
Okay.
cannot say,
I can tell you. I can tell you a lot. Casey, I can tell you a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on what childcare is she opening or she's working for someone?
No. She's not opening and she's not working for someone now.
No. She is going to work for someone, right?
Yes. Where I do not know.
Okay, all right. Now, let's assume, take that direction. If you ask me if I open a childcare, what would I teach? That is one question. If the question is, if she is going to work for someone, the someone may already have a system running, right? The curriculum running, right? So she just kind of pick up the manual and says, okay, manual number 1 says about this. Okay. So I do not know where your question comes from. So that one, not much of a control from her, lah. Unless let's assume that she's given the right to change the whole curriculum. All right.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
You didn't get my question. My question is nothing about her.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right.
It's you. What will you want to teach?
Ah, okay. All right. Okay.
Free,
What
free.
I want to do? Okay, in Singapore, all right. Based on my knowledge, there are two schools. Okay. Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. There are two schools in terms of childcare. One is the big names, the Angmo names, Eton House, Montessori, I don't know, whatever, Lorna Winston, and there's one bigger one in the Orchard Forum. I don't know what name is that, very big. They have their own philosophy, all right, of very similar that school, okay, that lump them into one school. Then we have the local one. Of course, local one occupies majority of the market share in Singapore, right? Correct. It's pretty much driven by parents because parents says, hey, I want the kid to learn things that they can apply when they go to primary one,
Yeah.
so they can be ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
You see that the direction pools is very different. The Western one is more character building. The local one is more academic driven.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the observation. All right. So if you ask me, if I were to Mike Chen, because this question is posed to me, if I take that route of character building, right? Correct. I have to compete with the big boys, but with a Chinese Asian mentality. That doesn't seem to sell, right? Correct. Yeah. Oh, Michael, doesn't seem to sell. If I do the academic local driven, yeah, then it's like, yeah, it will sell. But what makes Michael kindergarten different? All right, that is on top of the rest. So depending on whether I go this way or go that way. All right. Now, if I put on my creative hat, Casey, I can do the center path, 50% from here, 50% from there. Correct? Yeah. So that is important. That means I capture a bit here, a bit there. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can park 100% here or 100% there or 100% in a middle path. All right. Now, if I do not think of it
Michael,
as if I do not
Michael,
think of it as a business thing, let's say it's not the money thing, okay? All right.
Michael,
It's
give
a
me a second, all right?
okay. All
Pause a
right.
bit.
Okay.
Just a while.
All right. Sure.
No, I got a missed call. It's okay. Sorry, I just ignored the call. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So if I were to think of, I'm really here, all right, I'm really here to align my school, all right, with the Singapore of tomorrow, all right, because it affects my other relative members, like my niece, my niece daughter, the next generation, right? Then I play a very important part, and I have to decide very carefully what kind of the quality of educations we are giving to the future generation. So if that is my driving objective, all right, then I say both are just as important. Yeah, both are just as important. So I'll take the middle path. Right. Yeah. All right. Right now is local one is all about academic, really academic. Yeah. All right. But the drilling will start already. Yeah. Because if they don't have this drilling starts at between 4 to 6, when they go P1, they have a hard time. I mean, that is how parents may conclude lah. All right. In terms of putting their kids into kindergarten. Right. Yeah. So it's two schools. What would you do, Casey?
Um, I will not worried about the middle ground.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
First of all, we have lost the concept of kindergarten.
Right.
Kindergarten is not a compulsory. It's not compulsory. Uh, kindergarten is never compulsory.
Right.
Even if my kids don't go to kindergarten, I still can go primary one.
Yes. Correct. Yeah, most minorities in Singapore are doing that. The minority race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by going to primary one, right, to prepare them for primary one and to excel and stuff like that, right? These are all a rule by what do you call that? Parents want.
Yeah,
You
that's what
know.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it become a business thing, and very mind of a kiasuism mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why I was very clear with you.
Yeah.
If it's really the academic, then it's not something I'm interested. What I would carve, in fact, this is not taking the middle may not be the final solutions, but importantly is to anchor onto the concept of the future quality of our nation, the people's quality of a nation in future lies with the beginning of a school, right? All right. So what do we want? Then we plan from there. All right. It may be end up academic, end up character building, or in the middle. In terms of weighing the percentage, I do not know. Maybe 70, 30, 10, something like that, Right. Yeah. I mean, we are diving deeper into, okay, let's be a bit more detailed in terms of how we're going to carve out the direction of this. But importantly yeah, is it money driven? Is it, like any other schools, So it all depends on, what our nation needs. Let's say 20 years from now, what is Singapore, what does Singapore want to be 20 years from now? An entertainment center of the world? I do not know, maybe. And then forget about academic, right? Yeah, everybody becomes a model, go to model agencies, everybody becomes an actor, So
Yeah.
yeah, so that part also very important. That part of of the education. Uh, SG has been shifting a lot, and then I don't see much progress based on it's after LKY, everything is a disaster, you know. Every year, National Day speech, all right. Normally you have three important things, and then every year changes. Then what happened? Oh, last year was we want to fight diabetes. So this year is like, then what happened? If every year have three, you add three into it. After 3 years, I have 9 things to concern about. Then where is your focus? You see,
Yeah.
I think National Day speech should be we focus on one thing. We want to take the nation's more long term, 10 years from now, what Singapore would be. And
Nation building.
every and no, very broad lah. Nation building is very
Yeah.
broad lah, right? So that 10 maybe a 10 years time frame, we focus on that thing and to achieve that. Right, couple of years ago, talking about nursery, right? They were big thing. I think the three things they talk about maybe 2-3 years ago: fighting diabetes, aging population, and child's education, young child or toddler, whatever the name they call it. I remember distinctly probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I don't see much of an action put in place in those areas because year before was a different thing. This year might be a different thing. All right. I do not know what this year. I don't really quite follow because it's a moving target. And every time there's something new, something very watered down. Right. So if you say we are going to build childcare for the next 10 years, so I know I'm in for good. I have more confidence to invest because it's a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
Rather than, oh, next year is going to be let's go and build up another casino somewhere. Oh, my gosh, I mean, yeah, we don't have very competent leadership, sadly. Right? Yeah, correct. Yeah, let alone a visionary. We used to have, but no more. Right?
Right. Right.
Correct.
No, I understand that. I think that I like the direction. How I look at it is because I'm not sure if I remember sharing this with you. Many years ago, when Olive went to the childcare, we were searching for childcare lah.
Okay.
And I was from Havelock, right? Then I moved to Hougang
Yeah.
side. So I need to look for a new childcare. So
Right.
So the teacher, which school Olive's going of for primary one?
Right. Uh-huh.
And I say that she's going to Palabar Girls' School. I said, oh, we have a lot of parents who want their kids going Palabar Girls' School in the same place. Welcome. And then talk about this. So I basically ask question like, what is your curriculum? Then to her, right, her mindset is, oh, this parent just want the kid to study. But of course she do not know me, you see. So talk. Then I say, wow, she talk a lot about maths drilling, science drilling, and all this thing. And then they are in the kindergarten. Then I asked one question: how about the arts? So she said, oh, we have this day called the Dirty Day.
Okay. All right. Okay. All
Then
right.
I was like, I sat back, pull up my chair, and
Right.
sit up straight. And by the way, principal, I'm a
Right.
full-time artist. You just called my
Right.
day dirty.
Uh-huh.
You just called my job a dirty job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she
Right.
was quite embarrassed and afraid. Same time she knows she offended a career, right? And I say, how would you do that? You place she said, no, what we meant is, no, we let a child to get dirty. It's okay to feel dirty, something like
Right.
that.
Right.
So then I just said to her, I say, you just and again describe that my job is a dirty job, means you never get into it. Artist is a dirty job. Art is dirty. Creativity is dirty. It's not important. You see? So that
Oh,
is the mindset.
so the word they use they
Yeah.
call it dirty day right? Yeah.
So
Okay, what I mean to me, yeah, I thought they are trying to be creative on that on that aspect of it. I mean, probably doing some finger painting or pottery, the hands get dirty,
naturally we are dirty people, Michael. But the thing is, the direction is wrong.
Okay.
So
No, I,
so
I wouldn't say it's wrong. I mean, it doesn't appeal to you, lah.
probably.
So then you don't go to that school, lah, right? Yeah.
No, I stood up, I stand up and say, I think we should go. I don't think I'll attend this school. I don't want to waste your time, principal. So we walked out, lah. But the thing is this, yeah, it's nothing wrong describing it as dirty, but there's something wrong in the psychology part of it, where you're already describing a dirty job.
Right.
It's fact. If let's say in the beginning of the math days, if you're going to teach your kids math, and say math is difficult, Mandarin is difficult, they are not going to grow in that area. It is how you place the word in their mind, So this is how kids grow up. By the 1 to 6 year old, right, is the brain development of the should focus on the brain development in creativity and problem solving.
Right.
From primary 1 onward is academic. Let them study the academic then. It's not too late. You got it? It's never too late.
You see, Casey, I agree with what you just said. All right. And I've heard it many times from different people, exactly what you've just said. All right. We are living in a very psychological society in Singapore. Very psychological. All right. Why I say that is because somehow education has played out or play up that good grades leads to good jobs and good life and whatever good, right? And because of that, parents now starts to chase. You and I know that parents starts the kids young to chase for the grades, right? Yeah. So if you go to a local kindergarten, most likely that will happen. Correct. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Most likely that will happen. Parents on parents also think that, oh, character building is important, correct? So when they gather to chat, all right, they'll talk about character building. But when they leave the chat, they focus back on the academic. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. I hear you.
Right. So okay. So you know where the direction is, right?
Mm.
Right. No, I know where you're coming from. All right. I know where you're coming from. I think in all honesty, most, okay, would say academic is important. That is the local behavior. Why is that so? Is because it's a very psychologically driven, single direction society we are in. It's very driven, you know. One
Right.
directions, everybody follow. One directions, everybody follow. Right. Yeah. So that is unfortunate lah. If that direction, the society direction doesn't change, then it's very hard for the program to change because you want to park money where we want to park money where the business is, right?
But
Correct.
it's so
Yeah.
sad to I mean that's a line that we can't cross, or I do not know how to cross it. It's so sad to actually talk about your children as an investment, you know. They've forgotten the main thing about brain developments and all this thing is this everything is about, oh, I do it because they can make more money, whether they are happy or not. The brain development is not there. It's a very sad thing that we are actually bringing up robots than humans. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
That, I mean, that is a fact. It's a fact. A lot of kids out there can play great pianos and things like that. The parents drill them and drill them, but they grew up to be a very devastated, sad kid, sad human.
Agree.
And it's very I have friends that commented to me. It's like, well, I'm not doing the right thing, I'm spending all my money. I travel, bring my kids all over the world. Do you think you will do good to them? I say, you pay my kids school fees. I ask my kid call you father. you know I want my kids to see the world, because the world is a big place for them to live. It's not about, yeah, you can be a CEO of a company, a big deal, but no life. But I'm not saying not all CEO are unhappy. No, money is important, but what I meant is you have time. There's a time for everything. 1 year old, 1 to 6 is brain development. Let's focus on that. That's the reason why I want to bring out this topic.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay, Casey. Okay. All right. Do you think uh, our Ministry of Educations have engaged education psychologists to work for them?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Then why is it not coming out that way?
Very simple. I can answer you that question.
Okay.
Fat man.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry. Okay.
I give you an example. Okay, there's a research. There's, on Facebook, there's always this pop out saying that, oh, survey says that fat men's got a better sex partner. Okay. All right. So the survey is run by a woman who has a fat husband. You understand that?
No. Okay. Casey. No. Okay. I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Just to answer my own question, does the Ministry of Education hire experts or doctors or professors in childhood development area? I do not know, but if I need to guess, it's a yes, just like you did, right? Then why is our education system is still not focused on the first 6 years of development, rather than this is math, that is multiplications, that is quantum physics? right? Yeah, because okay, these psychologists know that 6 years, first 6 years is important. All right, but the education system is such, is so blurred in there in the Ministry of Educations that they continue to function the way it was first crafted when we had the independence. Nothing's changed much. It's still that four main subjects.
Yeah.
Now, if we talk about math, science, English, and Chinese, right? Then where is arts, right? Where is music? Where is sports? Where is entertainment? Where is creativity? The whole part all missing from it. But how
Yeah.
come we have psychologists, Casey? The ministry hire them, pay them a lot of money. All right. Some smart guy in there may have told the head of the minister and says, hey, first 6 years is important, let me warn you, okay? Yeah. So child should spend more time playing in the field and less on the textbooks. I'm sure it happened that way, but why come out still the same? So most likely say, hey, it has been running like that from day one until now. We look at our nation, right? It's not bad, what? 50 years, we're out of the slum. Something is right, then don't change it. Right? Correct? Then why do they hire all these experts? So that they can place it on their annual report and says that we have 3,000 qualified professional psychologists running the Ministry of Educations. But the way it's running is different from the 3,000 psychologists. But yet the result is based on the old system and is showing the result we have today. Now that is a mess. You see where I'm coming from?
Yes, totally. I see where
Uh,
you're coming from. My take is very similar as yours, but a little bit different.
okay.
Okay, they have a psychologist in there, Michael. But the psychologist doing the research, right? They have the right research and the right answer, and it has been reported to the MOE. Okay, but as much as you say the MOE, that's my guess. Okay, I do not know anybody and like that. That's my guess. The MOE is developed 50 years ago, where they see the results. They know the results that they wanted. The psychologist is there to show them that, if you don't want it change, you cannot support this area. You see where I'm coming from? The psychologists are there doing the research to them that if we go into this system about creating creative people and stuff, problem solving stuff like that, Singapore will run differently in the 50 years time. Different. So exactly the same. The psychologists are there to tell them, and they will do the curriculum in the way that they want it, right? That's how we do things also, right? To psychology or work or whatever. But having said that, it's a very good chat, because this is a kind of thing that, you see, if we want change, right, we have to make the change. It's a very popular verse by Gandhi, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I don't see that change there lah. But that is a very good topic in terms of that. But I would say it's a parent responsibility. I give my kids as much creativity development I can, and that's where you're gonna see these troublemakers coming up from in the future. You can see my kids will be a troublemaker.
No, I don't agree. We will never have the kind of troublemaker you have in mind, and I'm sure my mind and your mind on troublemaker is the same definitions. Do we see troublemaker in Singapore? No, we don't. You see, Casey, even though we have the 3,000, just a figure of speech, don't quote me, we have 3,000. Could be just, to be exact, it's 2,999 professional psychologists on childhood development would have put together, all 299 or 2,999 put together a very fabulous report about education in Singapore and proposed, all right, This is our system, okay? You know what is coming, right? Then who is the person who says, yes, we should do it, no, we shouldn't do it? That guy who makes a decision is not in this field. KC,
Yeah.
right? Our defense minister have not fought a war.
Yeah.
All right. Our educational minister is not a childhood development psychologist.
Yeah.
And if it is, and if he is, all right, so what? All right. Can the decision, is the decision going to be correct or incorrect? You see, it's a lot of things that we have to take into considerations. How the political system is set up, who is making the decisions, and who is doing the dirty work. The 2,999 psychologists are doing the dirty work to put a proposal up. And the guy who says yes and no, just say yes and no, is a 3-letter word and a 2-letter word.
Okay, wait. Very interestingly, Michael, why am I smiling? Because it's the topic that I asked, right, is basically how do we want to the childcare to be like, to be taught, right?
Correct.
And now it brings towards, you see, it's not how to be taught, it's how these people want it to be. You see, so this is a very interesting topic, right? To drive. Somehow, right, we are controlled in unknowingly, we are controlled by our figure of speech. Yeah. We
Yeah,
will
correct.
drive.
Okay. So let's
very
imagine. Okay, Casey, let's imagine now we talk about the character development, the Angmo type. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Angmo type. Those kids have gone there. Those kids have done their 6 years or what, kindergarten, I don't know, 4 years or 6 years, right? All right. Most likely they will go to their own individual international school. All right. And then eventually they would find their life somewhere else. All right. Not really in Singapore. Those in local ones. So let's take the local school. All right. We're looking at the academic, I call it the academic school. All right. Now somehow the there is one that is so different. It's opened by the Chen and Chen brothers. Character building. All right. For locals. All right. Now, when all this grows up, correct? The character building one, all right. That is just prediction. The character building one will have a hard time going into this system that is working for them. I'm not saying they are bad, they are not bad. The system just doesn't allow them, hey, I'll ask you one question. Okay. Hey, kid, or son or daughter, you sure you can you can make a living doing painting? That thing comes back to haunt you, right? All right. No, I mean, it's just predicting lah. There's no right or wrong answer lah, correct?
Yeah.
It won't fit in. The system is running this way, Casey, and you're doing something different to try to fit into it. I like to take it a shot to make it work. I do not know how. All right. I think that's where you're trying to find that building the troublemaker into that system. See, US is a very different system altogether. It's very open. Nobody look at what brand you wear for your shoes or your shirt. Nobody cares if you drive a car or you don't drive a car. Nobody asks about where you stay. Is it from a good neighborhood or from a slum? You just have to be good. Then you got a place in US. That is their system. Here is not just to be good. You have to be aligned to the system. Yeah. Right? Correct? You have to align to that one system. That's all to it. So if you plan to have your kids stay put in Singapore, then the safe route will be aligning them to the system.
Right.
Right? If you feel that you want them to flourish somewhere outside of Singapore, all right, but you must already have a place in mind, then you align them to that system.
Yeah.
right? Can be Japan, still in Asia, or can be China, or can be in Germany. I do not know, right? So what kind of curriculum do I want if I run a school like that? So it all depends on the parents, right? What they want. There's no one school that have all system running. I have not seen of any or heard of any. That's why I choose to take a middle path, which is a very safe route lah for now. Right.
Very good discussion.
Mm.
I think the time is up. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you tomorrow, Michael.
Yeah. Can.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right.
Have a good
All
day
right.
ahead.
Good luck.
Bye.